Good evening, Kamalji.
Hello.
Good evening, Venkatesh sir.
We're waiting for you.
Good evening. Happy evening.
Good evening, Anubhavji. Good evening to Surendra Docheji.
So good evening to all. We'll be starting right at 6:30. As you know, realizing the responsibilities, being the largest body of printers in the world, All India Federation of Master Printers, which is representing 150,000 printers. Today, broadly, the topic will be on networking. Because I believe that we can achieve any success with togetherness. This series being conducted with the support of the leading printing institutions. Today, we have with us the eminent speakers to guide us how to survive pandemic with slight change in the system of working. It is only slight change. I'm thankful to Mr. Satish Narayanan, Mr. V. Venkateshwan, and Mr. J. Veernathan for accepting our request to present their expert views on the subject. To start today's proceeding, let me invite the dynamic print personality, the great teacher and dedicated print lover, who is kind enough to accept our request to moderate today's event. Dr. TKS Lakshmipriya, who is PhD in computer science. See, computer science she studied, and now due to her love for printing, he is head of department printing technology at Avinashi Lingam Institute of Women, Coimbatore.
Thank you, Kamalji. It is a pleasure to be a part of AIFMP and this web series. I shall begin by welcoming the attendees here. We are happy to have the All India Federation of Master Printers members, very senior members, GC members, small and big printers. We are very happy to welcome the faculty members, the academic members, and the students of the printing fraternity. We have here the chief guest, Shri Surendra Dote, the three special speakers of the day, and also international guests from across the border. We have many members from Sri Lanka Association of Printers in our midst. Coming to today's program, the web series on pre-press in the cloud. We will start with the inaugural address by Shri Surendra Dote. And then we will have the first speaker, Mr. Satish Narayanan, who will give us the scope for pre-press. That is, he will connect the pre-press with the other industries which can consume these services. We will have the second speaker, Mr. Venkatesh, who will talk about collaboration for success. And then the third speaker, Mr. Veernathan, will show how value addition can be provided with the printing using your prepress. And we will have Mr. Manoj Bhai, who will be giving the vote of thanks from the AIFMP side. So let's call upon our first speaker, Mr. Satish Narayanan. He is a world skills expert for graphic design technology. His candidate, Arun Raj, was the winner in 2013 World Skill Graphic Art. The candidate won a Medallion of Excellence and the Best National Award for Graphic Design. Satish Narayanan is the founder director of Design Media and Edutainment Solutions Private Limited, Pune, and co-founder CEO of Nectar Pixels Media Private Limited. He is a postgraduate in fine arts. His career is very long, starting from 1996 with various experiences in graphic media, including Maya Academy of Advanced Cinematics, Big Animation, Reliance Animation, and the list is long. He is here to give us the connect between how printers pre-press can help in entering into the bigger industry. Over to you, sir.
Very good evening, Kamalji and Mr. Surendra Doteji and Dr. Lakshmipriya Madam. First of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and it's really an honor for me to talk in front of such a legend in the printing industry. So what I'm going to share from the perspective from the designer's point of view. So having said, since I would like to just give you a small brief, people might be thinking what this designer is doing here. So I started my career in ad agency way back in 1992. It's like that ad agency had the printing unit as well, actually. So I started my designing when there was actually the traditional design was there. So even if today we have softwares to actually lay out business card or letterhead or something like that, but those days we used to print bromide print, and using rubber solution, we'll have to put the typesets, we have to do the alignment part. So I have done it in that ad agency. Even if we have to print a banner, 6x8 banner, actually, so there is no such big printer is there. So using gateway sheet, using Indian ink, we have to separate the colors. If 4-color printing, we have to separate the colors. So that also masking we have done. And then personally, I have done the screen printing aspects, exposing on the screen, and as well as doing the screen printing aspects. So I have a fair bit of knowledge in the printing industry. So apart from that, my family background is my father was a photographer. We had a photo lab also. I work closely with many printers. So over a period of 3 decades, I got into the design industry as a graphic designer, and then I'm into animation, visual effects, all these various aspects of creative industry. So today, I would like to just take you through some presentations, basically. So the scope of designer for the pre-press, basically. So this is what I was going to address, basically. And what is the future of printing? So we've been hearing like the entire printing industry is actually in a deteriorating mode. So there is not much of an opportunity is happening. The printing industry long-term struggles continues over for the past 5 years until 2021. If you see, the digital printing has taken over, and the traditional printing is actually slowly dying. Actually, the change in market demand has caused the level of disruption within the industry. And with a decline in some products such as print, newspaper, magazines, school books, invoices, receipt books, letterhead, and stationery. So the printing industry has gone a little bit of a transformation. Like, of course, the digital printing is taking over. The traditional printing, like I've said, this newspaper printing, magazine printing, school books, actually, the school, those days, if I'm not wrong, almost 5-6 years before, there are a large amount of school books. There are people who make a lot of businesses during these academic season in terms of printing books because of this e-learning and because of this digital era. So most of the big book schools are now offering the digital books, actually. That is one of the main reasons that particular area is going on. Then invoice and receipts. Mr. Surender ji has spoken about the cloud computing. So because of this cloud computing, there are a lot of invoices today, they are not printing the physical invoices. It's all cloud computing. So you have a digital invoices, it's been directly mailed to the people, same like the receipt book. You have a different software for that. So it is automatically. So this is what is happening. There is a transformation, but still the printing industry is very much alive, actually. And it is natural to predict that digital printing will handle larger and larger jobs, both in terms of sheet size and as well as the running length size. So the more the digital technology has the power of actually printing the bigger sizes, higher resolution, so that is going to take over the traditional printing. So that is what the latest technology is coming up with in terms of pixel, very higher pixels that you can print. There are two combinations. One is the digital printer by itself. You can print high resolution printing. Another one is the photography. Today we have a camera which has very high megapixel, actually 64 megapixel cameras, which has very good resolution, where if you want to blow it up to almost 30 feet or 60 feet also for a banner, you can still that. So these are two combinations. That's why the digital era is moving forward. But when the photography industry is growing with higher pixel rates, the traditional print has a lot of restrictions in terms of converting into plate and all those things. But this digital printing is taking over that particular part. And the future of printing looks brighter and exciting. So we are likely to see some futures where the use of digital printer, large format printing, advanced technology printing, and 3D printer is more widespread, and 3D printing is already growing and faster evolving side of the industry. So this is another side of it. So of course, I cannot compare that with the traditional printing. 3D printing is a totally different area. But as a pre-press artist, if one has a power of actually working on that aspects also, because they already have the knowledge of printing, so there will be an additional advantage. And then the digital printing has a number of advantages of traditional way of printing, including cost and the minimum quantity, actually. So the digital printer, the biggest advantage is if we have to do it in multicolor offset, So because of that efficiency, we need larger quantity. We need to print 20,000 copies or maybe 2 lakhs copies like that. But digital printer, even if you want to print 50 copies, you can do that. That's one of the main reason the entire industry is transforming. So I'm sure like most of you are printer in this. So I don't have to really talk about it. You know about that particular thing. So as far as my understanding is concerned, what does pre-press services artists do is basically they do the advanced image editing using Photoshop and color management part of it. These are basic roles. And then there are basically the graphic designers who does most of the designing work for the pre-press and using either Macintosh machine or Windows platform based in Photoshop, InDesign, Acrobat Reader, and CorelDRAW. So these are the softwares primarily they might be using. And they prepare the client's file for output on color offset presses or white format, and digital press project included Perfect Bounding Books magazine. That is an additional responsibility of a pre-press person who prepares for the complete binding and thing. And then imposing the documents in pages, basically, both by hand or with the software. Perfect Bounding Book, saddle bound books use the performed troubleshooting of software actually, and then able to coordinate work with others like client or in-house printing. So that pre-press person is the coordinator between the printing unit staffs and as well as the client actually, where there is a problem in design, he needs to actually intervene and coordinate, and able to communicate knowledge clearly and accurately and thoroughly. So this is one thing as a pre-press artist, you need to, your communication and understanding of printing has to be really good so that you can communicate at a design level also, and then you can execute the work and able to meet deadlines under pressure. So I know that a lot of some of my friends and ex-colleagues also, they own a printing unit. At times during the festival time or some special occasions, they will have very close deadlines where they have to finish day and night. They have to work. That work pressure has to be handled actually. And then the printing pre-press person should have a very good understanding of pre-flight, and especially the trapping and then proper crop marks, whether it is there, and then registration marks, color bars, understanding of color box, CMYK, and then the gray tone, and then if it is a spot color or a process color, and PDFX, why different PDFX has been used, and ICC color profiling. So you just calibrate your printer and create a ICC, how to create ICC color profile and give it to the designers, and then various file formats. Yeah. So this is what by and large I understood the pre-press services artist role is basically. So I'm talking about, they are pretty much I would say 50% of graphic designers, and remaining 50% it is like whatever related to preparing the print, that is what they do actually. But if you say graphic designers, they should be competent enough in designing of all these things, like whether it may be a poster or whether it may be a visiting card or a stationery. I think, can somebody mute? There is a disturbance actually. So whether it is a stationery or letterhead or standees, actually these are the kind of designs which they might be preparing actually. But when we talk about designers, what I have personally come across with many of the printers is, so the printers, designers, 70% of the work which they do is not a creative basis. They basically do the adaptation kind of a work actually. So that is what, so people, the printing press unit, people will have designers where sometimes you get an design from the ad agency, and then your pre-press person has to actually do some sort of a pre-flighting according to the printing requirement. So that's the kind of a majority of a job which most of the printers which I have come across and then understood like. But how do we enhance their skill sets? That is the question. So what is the role of a graphic designer, actual graphic designer? So graphic designer is just not a designer who actually designs using the various softwares. He's basically a communication designer. So if he is a creative artist, so then he needs to design the entire campaign. That is what ad agency does. So I'm sure, like, printing press, usually what they do, actually they take up the job, printing job, and then the designing part, sometimes they give it as free actually. They'll tell the client, actually, you don't have to pay for the designing. We have an in-house designer. But ad agency charges heavily for these designs actually. Why? Because they impart all these kind of things. They have a proper creative team who brainstorm the whole ideas, project ideas and the entire campaign, then they come up with the design actually. So even the printing unit pre-press artist also can be enhanced. They can be trained like this because they have a vast experience in designing these things. So but they have to be more inclined towards the industry's requirement. And it's a form of a communication, can be physically or virtually, and may include image, words, and graphic forms. So all that we know is what is graphic design is about. It's a combination of image, words, and graphic forms. It's not like that. It is basically a complete communication. By looking at the picture should tell a story actually. Or maybe when you're designing a poster, the poster should have the objective of it. The poster should communicate properly. So these are the things which is very much essential. So we're here in the industries, ad agency, when you go and if you tell them actually, like if you want to create a brand actually, so they look at it as a holistic opportunity, and they come up with a complete option in terms of designing the logo and the color combination, the typesets, what needs to be done, all the aspects. It's not just designing the logo. They will also suggest you what is the kind of fonts to be used, what are your color combinations, why this color combination is used. This is one material you see. This is one logo, which is, when you design a logo also, how carefully you will have to design, where it goes to a pencil also. You see a small logo is printed on a pencil, and it can be printed on a large format. In both aspects, the logo should look very neat and clear. So this is the kind of one creative aspects which one designer has to look at actually. So as a pre-press artist, if somebody wants to come up and like say, please design a logo for us, probably they may be lagging the knowledge of what is the process behind designing a logo actually. They just simply they can download or they can adapt and give a logo, but there is a lot of process goes into designing a company's logo, because it's a brand which is going to exist for so many years actually. So this is one of the biggest area where they can focus on converting their creative skills. And then so then the editorial aspects of it, again, the editorial aspects, like as a designer, there are various aspects. It's not only the visual aspects of it, even the communication, even the entire layout, color combination, all these aesthetic look is very, very important. So the people pay for the design. Today, we are in the world where people pay for brand, people pay for the design actually. It is not about like, okay, I need this particular product. So the product is judged based on how it has been promoted, how it has been actually showcased. Today we are entering into the mall also. We see large format printing, transparent printings are there, backlit printers are there. So we look at that picture, the amazing model and amazing pictures. After that only we decide, okay, this is a very good brand, and we go and purchase. Probably same cloth, if you go to Karur or Kannur, the same product you can get it there for 1/5 of the cost, but the brand value is totally different. That is how when you do a overall outlook, the design outlook actually decides that particular brand value. Similarly, packaging actually. Packaging also, we look at a product, how the package looks. So if I have seen many printing, so what they used to do is like they want to really come up with some product. Actually, they want to design a packaging. If they go to some printer and they ask for some packaging, they may be giving a normal, typical packaging kind. But what you look at it in these things, there is a die line actually created. What is the product inside? That is actually representing like a hair. It's a spaghetti noodles actually, and then pastas. So this is how the aesthetic look actually gives you the product value actually. This is what I'm talking about. Then other aspect is the same designers can be enhanced, and they can actually do a user interface part of it. Today we are talking about cloud computing. So most of these sir was talking, Mr. Surinder sir was talking about many Amazon and then Flipkart and this Book My Show. So all the online platform, so they all require this interface design. This is also designed by a designer only actually, but the way you look at it, user experience design is totally different. How a user comes onto the website and orders your product, or maybe a book, a flight ticket or a movie ticket. So what is this experience? There are people do research on this, and there are companies do research, like big companies, they do research, they pay hefty amount to actually like understand the consumer psyche, so that the design can be really done very well for a user friendly kind, so that one click they can actually book the thing. So then comes the web designing. So this is again like this website design is replacing the traditional brochures. Actually, when we talk about the modern days, when there was no websites and nothing, so people used to design the brochure and they get it printed. If somebody comes to my company, actually I give them the printed brochures, but those printed brochures are slowly dying, but the same designers can actually do this website designing. So website designing, again, more of an interactive kind of a design which they can. So advertising plays a major role. So this has increased the opportunity for the printer as well, because this is advertising is purely digital printing. Most of the large format printing, whether it is like printed on transparent sheet and backlit, or maybe a synthetic sheet, whatever it is, today we have printer which can print on any platform. Actually, that's the kind of a technological growth has come. So this traditional printing has certain drawbacks when considering the current scenarios and the growth, actually, but otherwise this digital printer has a large number of advantages. And e-learning again, today for the past 15 months, due to this pandemic, we have experienced a lot. So earlier days we used to think actually we need to literally go and meet people. Today we have a platform, we are attending so many webinars like this, and we are actually meeting people across the globe. For the 15 months, nobody's traveling actually, but still work are happening. And education, again, even at a remote village, they wouldn't have thought about actually like having an online education, though they might not know how to operate their mobile phone in some remote villages, but still today they are operating iPad, they are operating tabs, and they are able to actually navigate through and play. So this is that user interface. E-learning user interface is designed by some designers only. So the pre-press artists who are trained for these things, they use the same kind of a software they design. And the product markup. So this is a bigger thing. Again, what you see, it's like a basic 3D. So Adobe XD, there is one software they use to actually create this product. This is a big industry, advertising industry, where whatever the ad films which you are seeing on the screen, those are all created using this Adobe mockups. Actually, you can create the maybe juice packet or whatever it is, so it can be clearly animated. This again requires creative knowledge and the application knowledge as well to get onto this level. So what are the softwares used? Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and InDesign. So these are the three softwares. Even in the printing industry, pre-press people, I'm sure most of the people knows about Photoshop and InDesign, because Photoshop is primarily used for image editing, image manipulation, and all those things. Illustrator is for drawing use. Probably the pre-press artist may not be using, but the InDesign part of it, they use it for the publication aspects of. So whether it may be a editorial design or whether it may be a packaging design, they use this InDesign because it has a lot of advantages in terms of exporting the PDF with layers, multiple layers, whether you want to do spot color, whether you want to do varnish. So you can actually segregate things and you can send a print ready file. Now this XD is basically the user interface design, which I was talking about. Mobile application or desktop applications you can use, you can design using this Adobe XD. And Dimension is that advertising. I just showed you about that 3D product model actually. So you can do the model and you can actually wrap that with all those design. So if I'm sure like the pre-press artist, they may be familiar with Photoshop and InDesign and as well as the CorelDRAW part of it. I'm not very much sure whether they are familiar with Adobe Illustrator and these other two softwares. So this is like these pandemic time when the industry is actually not doing good. So this is the time for learning actually, so where one can actually learn new things and upskill himself. And so what is the future of printing? So we are talking about like, okay, the traditional printing is almost like not doing much, but there are a lot of other avenues have come. So we are talking about augmented reality in printing. Today, there is large amount of companies are using this augmented reality. When you scan the product, you'll be able to get all the product details. I'll explain in detail on this. And then the cosmetic industry with latest foil printing, hot foil stamping, or a hybrid casting, etc. So these are, I think, existing printers, whomever is having a printing unit. You can think about all these options. These are some alternative where you can enhance your printing unit in this direction, so that you will be able to get large amount of projects. So because this is going to be the future next 10 years actually, and due to pandemic, the future is going to eradicate any human services. Like Mr. Surendra was talking about, like Uber services, or maybe going to the hotel and serving people. The human services are going to be eradicated. More of a online services is going to increase. When we say online services are increasing, then you require the product to be packaged very well and delivered at the doorsteps. The food packaging, consumer product packagings, this industry is going to almost like double in next 5 years actually. So that's the kind of a requirement which I have recently studied in the FICCI report as well in the printing unit. So that's the kind of a growth which you're looking at. Then the 3D printing unit. So 3D printing will becoming a more advanced and a change in life. So today we have large amount of technology, advanced printers have come. You have printers where you can purchase it for even like 4,000 rupees also you get a small printer, and 4 lakhs also you get a small printer, 3D printer. So you can actually explore this avenue. And printing will become more environmental friendly. So this is one thing, because of global warming, people are thinking about the sustainability and recycling of printing cartridge. So I'm sure like all of you are aware, no more the plastic printing and all those things, it's gone completely. And even the printer cartridges also, they are trying to recycle it, so that at least the sustainability picture comes into picture. And then digital printers are going to replace most of the traditional printing. The advantage is less quantity can be printed. That's the biggest advantage. That's why the future of printing is going to be more of a digital printing. And the need for large format printing is also increasing day by day. So there is large amount of so I know somebody who's a dealer of large format printing, HP large format printing distributor. So every year the requirement for the large format printing machine is increasing actually. So they have a growth of almost 24 to 27% actually. They are selling those machines. So that's the kind of growth it is showing, large format machines. So augmented reality, to give you a small brief, people might be thinking, what is this augmented reality is about? See, this is the printed, either the printed magazines or the printed newspaper. Today you can embed, like for example, the first one. So you have an interior design book. So if you are a builder, so you can actually, your catalogs, whatever is your flat which you're going to promote, actually, if you are printing a catalog, you can embed the video of that particular catalog. And then they can actually play, by scanning that page, they can actually play that video and they can see how it look like. Similarly, in the newspaper, right side, you can see a product. Actually, there is a brochure, product brochure is there. So personally, we have done many projects. In fact, I have taken up a project where Tata's outlet, the entire website, if you go to Tata, every product you can actually download the 3D objects and you can actually 360 degree you can see before we're even purchasing it. You can see the details of that particular product. So that much this augmented reality technology has grown actually. That's the kind of power which this printing has. So you need to think about your printing unit. Probably the customer might not come up with the idea, I need this, but when you have your regular customers, what is the kind of value addition which you are giving it to them? So you can suggest certain things, like they may be your customer for almost like so many years, but unless you give some value addition to them, unless you suggest certain good things and some innovative things to them, so they will not continue with you because somebody else will take over that particular job. So you need to think about these options. You give the solutions to the customer, saying that these are the things which we can implement. So when you want to print your company brochure, or when you want to print your company booklet, so we will integrate your augmented reality. So if your pre-press artist is good enough in understanding of all these things, he doesn't have to be a master, but if he knows what is this technology is all about, he'll be able to guide you, he'll be able to convert the customer actually. So that is what is very, very important. And then the foil printing, this is a new thing. Like I'm sure like all of you are in printing industry, I really don't have to talk much about it. This cosmetic industry is completely of show. The product, whatever the product which you're buying, the product worth maybe just 10 rupees, but because of this kind of a luxury package, they will be selling it for 110 rupees. Believe me, I know a lot of people who is a big distributor of perfumes and all those things. I know the value of the perfume liquid inside. Actually, it is not even 1/10 or 1/5 of the cost. The actual product cost is only that much. Because of the packaging, because of the branding and the advertisement, that product is sold that expensive actually. So that's because this kind of a high level printing, the cosmetic industry, the hot foil stamping or hybrid coating. So these are the technology which they use it for the thing. So where you can think about it, You can do some research on it. How do you convert your printing unit into this? So that you won't be one among the 10 printers actually. So if you are actually doing value additions like this, so you will be treated as like, okay, so I have some exclusive things which I can do it for my customers. Right? Then the 3D printing. So 3D printing has multiple technology where you can do a paper mesh also just by a bundle of paper you keep, and then you just give a print command. The entire paper is sculpted like a model, 3D model actually. So, and then we have PLA and SLV plastics actually. So this is widely used in the prototype industries. Those days, if somebody wants to really actually do a prototype, so they either have to hire a sculptor or maybe like a modeler, so who does using various wood material. He needs to do that model. It takes maybe months or sometimes 6 months or year also. But this, with this 3D printing technology, you just give a print command, you have that final product ready with you. So people use this 3D printing. Even the entire full life-size car can be assembled using this printer actually. Today the designer cars, the designer bikes are coming, they are using this 3D printing technology. And apart from that, even the organs, so if you want to replace your tooth, so that also can be possible. The tooth can be printed according to the your other tools actually. So that is the kind of technology this has grown. This is going to be like next 10 years, this is going to be the future. And there are some printers which if you really wanted to experiment, it's not costing you much, but the person has to have the technology knowledge and as well as the understanding of this. So this is not a very big deal where he can learn things and then you can implement this to you. Okay, so once if we enhance the pre-press artist skill set, so where are they going to do? What is the kind of a job? As a printer, I have a printing unit, I have pre-press team. How will my revenue model goes is? One is I can actually keep the pre-press unit a separate standalone unit where it can generate revenue for the printing press also. Apart from that, there are plenty of sites like this. These are top 10 sites which I have put it. These are world famous freelance sites where you can bid for the work actually. Pre-press work also, you can bid for some printing work also. You can actually go and register. It hardly, some are free, some are actually paid actually. Even if you are paid also, you can bid for the work. And they pay in US dollars, sometimes they pay in euros actually. So where you can, if your designer is really good, I know plenty of people sitting at home, they are actually earning around 3,000 to 5,000 US dollars per month. Hardly spending like, let's say 6 hours, 8 hours per day. But of course, over a period of years, they have done plenty of works. Their portfolio shows by itself that what is the kind of experience which they have. Accordingly, they get the job. So these are like portals. You can probably make a note of this, and then your pre-press artist can explore further and just see. And you never know. You get the pre-press work also. Sometimes the same people might be looking out for printers. So you might get the printing order as well. Okay, so this is what by and large I just wanted to actually share with you. So I'm sure like whatever inputs which I have given, I have some ideas you might have got. And once again, thank you so much for the opportunities given. And I would leave it to Mrs. Lakshmi, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can see people clapping. So
Yeah, okay.
It's really refreshing to know that there are a lot of opportunities for printers, especially with the pre-press.
Correct.
It's just that we have to know it's not mere graphic design, but it is creative art.
Correct.
And if we are able to escalate to that level, there are so many opportunities, including the portals that you have
Portals,
given.
absolutely. Yes, madam.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Participants, if you have any questions, you can ask. We have a question for Mr. Satish by Mr. Suresh. Says, do you have any online training classes about augmented reality in packaging and 3D printing? Suresh is Indu Graphics, Trichy.
Okay. So yes, we do have online courses, but in order to understand the augmented reality technology, it's not a very short to course. Actually, it is like you need to understand the 3D process also, the 3D models which you do, because the augmented reality is nothing but embedding the 3D objects. Like just now he has presented a very good presentation, interactive PDF which he has shown. So those interactive PDF can be done using Adobe InDesign and integrating some videos using Adobe Premiere. Similarly, augmented reality, when you really wanted to create a 3D objects, you also have to learn 3D Maya or 3ds Max or maybe Blender. There are softwares, and after that, how do you integrate that? So that's the course is little longer course, or if you know the 3D process well, then you can take only the augmented reality part of it, which again comes into the gamification part of it. So it's basically a game thing. So the whole world is now getting into that augmented reality and virtual reality. So next 10 years, the whole world is going to convert most of the things which you're going to see is augmented reality. Because what he has shown the interactive PDF. I was talking about printing the information on the packaging. So when you go to the shop, super shop, when you scan one product, you get the entire information of that product actually. So what is the kind of an ingredient it is there? What are the kind of, whether it is fat free or what, all the informations will be given by that. And with that, some small 10 seconds of a product promotional ad. So they are doing it. Some of the countries have already done. If you go to China, there are many malls. If you just have to download that app and go to any supermarket, and if you want to see more information about that product, you just scan that product, you get the entire information actually. So that's where the augmented reality is being used actually. So down the line, after maybe very soon, 2 or 3 years, you will see all our malls are going to be converted with augmented reality. And Amazon is actually coming up with a mall where you really don't have to pay. There won't be any service person. So you just have to walk in and walk out actually. Because whatever products which you are taking, automatically it will start billing. So the trolley which you are having, so if you put that in the trolley will actually calculate the money. And at the end of the day, when you come out of the exit, in the trolley itself, you will get what is the total amount. It will be deducted from your online payment and you just have to come out. That's it. No people will be there. There is no human services. So Amazon has already started this kind of a mall in Germany, and they are eyeing big in India.
They're going to the next question by Tanmoy Das. What are the software, applications or workflows other than Adobe CC are using cloud computing, and in which area? Example, RIP, image enhancement, ink optimization, etc.
No, as far as my knowledge is concerned, I have come across with Adobe only, because this involves a huge amount of technology. Like you said, it is nothing but a Google Doc. Today, when you have a Google Doc, so people can parallelly work on it. So if you are working on an Excel sheet actually, so you can assign certain responsibility to some people from multiple part of the world, they can fill in the data. Similarly, the softwares also, you can work in collaboration. That Adobe CC is extensively doing it because they are the one largest number of users, the entire Adobe product, right from Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and Adobe CC is basically, we call it as Adobe Animate is there for the animation software. They have large number of products actually. So they are using it cloud computing very effectively, because for the cross platform, it is easily integrated actually. So there may be proprietary or maybe free to wear kind of a softwares will be available that I don't know if somebody has to explore and see, but they will have a lot of challenges because Adobe has multiple cross platform actually. That's the biggest advantage for them.
Is there any other software or any platform?
So there is one software is there. I don't know whether you have explored. Affinity is coming up with something equivalent to the Photoshop actually. So that is doing really well. So it is almost, they have replaced Photoshop. They have replaced Illustrator. So they have just launched almost like 1.5 years before. There are a lot of bugs are there, but Affinity is promoting very well. You can Google and search Affinity. So believe me, one more thing is happening in this world. Like you were talking about, the background is automatically removed. Actually, there are some tools are there. So now this artificial intelligence is coming into picture actually. So for the past 3 years, that is taking over the entire world. Artificial intelligence, augmented reality, virtual reality, combination of mixed reality. Any work which you are repeatedly doing, similar kind of a work, all the work is going to be replaced by the automation like this actually. So there won't be a human requirement maybe after 2 years actually. So if it is a repeatedly, even in pre-press, you have to identify which are the job which is repeatedly we have to do that job. Believe me, within like 6 months or 1 year, so that job will be replaced by this artificial intelligence actually. You just have to insert that plugin, so it will take care of it automatically. So like today we have the Gmail. So when we are typing, the Gmail gives you the next 4 or 5 sentences. It can read your mind what you want to answer actually. So then you just have to press enter, your sentence is formed.
Yeah,
So it's more of a machine learning. So they are doing it. This is going to be the future actually. So we need to understand all these technology, and we need to keep moving on and look at the other avenue so that we can actually like sustain in this particular world.
Yes, sir. Vivek Krishna.
I'm Vivek. One doubt.
Yes, yes.
If Affinity software is so now Affinity software, it is equal to Photoshop, Illustrator.
Sir, you-
Yes, pretty much almost like 80%. It is almost it can be replaced. Whatever you're doing it in Photoshop, it can be replaced
Yes.
actually. Affinity.
Okay.
Their
So,
version, they're coming up very fast because I have been noticing right from the beginning. So they are developing it very fast. In fact, some of the features are much better than Photoshop in Affinity. You can explore that.
Okay, and also is equal to rate is license software is equal to Photoshop or lesser?
No, it is lesser, much lesser, because they want to compete with Photoshop. Obviously, they will not charge you much.
Thank you.
Anybody wants to ask any question? Yes,
Sir,
please.
can you, sir, to Mr. Sadish, good evening to all. Sir, to Mr. Sadish, I need a question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, actually, we are designer. Okay, we are done Photoshop and InDesign and everything, you know, for past 10 years. Okay, 10 to 20 years. We want to develop my in career and to go argumental. That is, you explained already.
Okay.
But give the correct way to the procedure. Do you have to guide to make in our basic level of interest? We are needing much more explanation, personally or mailing or otherwise. How to join the course, how to practice this. This is our in future. Definitely within 2 years, the argumental is the very monopoly. Definitely, I hope that please guide to us, please.
So definitely, sir. One big advice I would like to give you is the world is going to be very faster than us. The pace is going to be very faster. The technological development and everything. So if we keep jumping, okay, augmented reality is coming. Let me learn that. So next something else will buy. Rather than keep jumping. So what I always believe, even I tell my students or whomever I am mentoring. So whatever currently you have, you first master that and be expert in that particular, and look at the opportunities around you, what you can do best out of it, and then grab that and then slowly upgrade yourself. So automatically you will learn. So you don't have to really actually like go and learn. So if you have that kind of an habit, automatically that thing will come to you actually.
Sorry, sir. Definitely we have followed you, but I need the right procedure, right? What you have experience in the argumental, how to come that particular field, what are the ways for easily, but because we are learning in your line, okay, that is that I need.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. So augmented reality is a different technology, and that is completely 3D oriented actually. When
I couldn't already.
So you have learned Photoshop, Illustrator, all the 2D softwares basically.
Yeah, already I know everything.
So the next level is you need to understand what is the 3D spaces, and then how the 3D space is converted into augmented reality. What is the technology behind it? If you understand the basic concepts, then you will be able to master actually. So if I have to learn driving, so basically whether it is Mercedes-Benz or maybe Maruti 800, the driving concept is the same.
Okay, sure, sir.
Everywhere,
sure.
The designer also, like we were talking about, so a good designer, bad designer. There is no good designer, bad designer. It's basically like how one is actually understanding the whole design aspects, understanding the customer's need. He understands the aesthetic aspects. A lot of factors come into picture where he implements in his work. That's when he becomes a good designer. So you have to increase that knowledge.
Sure.
Widen your knowledge.
So we will move on to the end of the session. We've come to a nice conclusion at the end of the very nice interactive session and knowledge sharing session. So may I have the privilege of calling Mr. Manoj Agnihotri, founder and partner, Mesh Prints Bhopal and Indore.
Now I would like to thank Lakshmi Madam, HOD Printing Technology from Avinash Lingam University. I would like to thank our AIFMP President, Mr. Kamal Chopra ji, our HGS, Mr. Vishwa Kumar, and all office bearers. And thanks to all the students and all guests who attended today's meeting on this Zoom platform. Thank you so much, everyone. Stay safe and good night.